should have killed me when you had the chance.
Yo, so what's going on, y'all? Darth Media here. So I just put out a video about Star Wars and Lucasfilm revealing to us why the sequels were so bad. Pretty much, they were just saying like, you know, they rushed some things and you know, all that stuff. But some more news just came out, and this is kind of frustrating because you know what? Let me just read it. So, Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi writer reveals his frustration with the Disney Plus series. Oh boy. Okay. Obi-Wan Kenobi writer Andrew Stanton admits to feeling some frustration while writing for the Disney Plus Star Wars series. He's best known for Pixar films, Finding Nemo, WALL-E, whatever, blah blah blah, right? Stanton felt a constraint he hadn't felt in his other writing work. Basically, this guy was saying this. This is kind of ridiculous. So he says he's excited to write people like Darth Vader and Kenobi, but the pressure of always having to ask, does that fit the canon? Now listen to me. It really isn't that hard. It's really not that hard to write an Obi-Wan show that fits the canon. See, this is the problem. The problem is this. The problem is when you want to add in characters like Darth Vader and the Grand Inquisitors and all this mumbo jumbo, that's when it becomes doesn't fit the canon, okay? No one told you to put in all these extra characters that have nothing to do with Kenobi being in isolation on Tatooine. Vader, I love Vader. Y'all know I love Vader. He's my avatar for my channel. He's basically my mascot for this channel. But that man did not need to be in Obi-Wan's show. He had no reason to be in that show. As far as Anakin or Vader knows, Obi-Wan was dead. Okay, as far as he knows, he's dead from the Purge. And as far as we know, he actually tracked him down too, but he never could find him. So Vader had no reason to be in the show. And as far as we know too, based on A New Hope, he says that he hasn't felt his presence since, you know, from our knowledge, since we saw episode 3, that would mean he was referring to what? Revenge of the Sith, right? Exactly. But that's when this show comes into play. It ruins the continuity, which is why Vader didn't need to be in the show. Okay? Didn't need to be in the series. So here he says, but it also kind of doesn't allow sometimes things to venture beyond where maybe they should to tell a better story. So it can sometimes really handicap what I think are better narrative options. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, and get this. So I love it when something like Andor is in a safe spot and it can just do whatever the heck it wants. Dude, it's not that hard to make a good Obi-Wan show. It's simple. He's in isolation, he's on Tatooine, and that's it. He has to watch Luke. That's it. But it's your fault and everyone at Lucasfilm and Disney who wanted just some grand scale story where Obi-Wan's traveling the galaxy, bouncing from planet to planet for some weird reason, when it shatters the entire purpose he was, you know, in isolation to begin with. I mean, he failed. The Order failed, the Jedi failed, the Sith became a thing, and the Empire came on top. So he's in isolation, watching over Vader's son, you know, because it's the right thing to do, and he has to do that. It's only a problem, like I said earlier, it's only a problem when you turn it into some giant just freaking showcase, you know, where he has to fight Vader, all these Inquisitors, this Reva chick that no one even likes, all this just crazy stuff that didn't need to be in the show. That's why it's hard to write it, okay? That's why. Like, I can't believe this right now. It's like they're acting as if this show was just such an impossible task when it's so easy to do. There's been numerous like fan-made projects, fan-made graphic novels, actual novels and books about Obi-Wan. There's actually an Obi-Wan book that I actually have at home now. You can buy it on Amazon. It's really good. Like there's plenty of stories about Obi-Wan in isolation that are great. They're really great stories. So I don't understand this. It's like it's so simple. He's on Tatooine. He has to watch Luke. That's it. That's the story. They have to add in all these just unnecessary characters to the plot. Reva, Vader, Leia, little Leia, like Bail. It's like, it's stupid. It was stupid. It was too much. You were doing way too much with the show, and that's why it felt so quote unquote hard to write it. That's why. Like, it's so easy to stay in canon. It's so easy. Like, it's not hard. If you know all the lore and all the shows and the movies, it's really easy, dude. It's really easy, bro. I promise you. But I felt, you know, Joby Harold, to his credit, kept the torch alive and kept trying to thread the needle so that the story wouldn't suffer, but it would please all the people that were trying to keep it in canon. But I got some moments in there that I'm very happy with. I mean, jeez, man. Okay. Obi-Wan did cause some debate within Star Wars fandom about certain aspects of the canon. These include how many people know about Darth Vader and that he's fallen Jedi Knight. Exactly, that's true. And Obi-Wan's old Padawan Anakin. That's an issue born out of writing a series set between two major foundational film trilogies about the two primary characters in those trilogies. No, actually, that's an issue born out of writing a series that has to constantly add in people that don't need to be inside of it. That's what the issue was born out of. I mean, Vader didn't need to be there. Reva did not need to be there. A little Leia definitely didn't need to be there. Like, why was she even there? This is about Luke, right? It's about Obi-Wan watching Luke. So why is she even in the show? This makes zero sense, man. The whole show was like dumb. It made no sense. They wanted to have this big grand scale story with all this fan service. Vader's fighting Obi-Wan, all the Grand Inquisitors, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A little Leia. It's like, that's why the show was so bad. And that's why it was so hard to write it. If you guys would just kept things simple, just plain and simple, the show would have been great. It would have been great, man. I'm telling you. But y'all was just doing too much. Y'all was doing too much, man. So I hate this. This is a lazy excuse for just like, you know, like making a bad story. Like just admit it, your story sucked because it just sucked. You were doing too much. Like, don't say it was because of the canon from Star Wars. Star Wars has a perfectly story. It has a perfect story to follow. It's a perfect like beginning to end. And if you're a true fan, you know the story, dude. If you're a true fan, you know the story of Star Wars. It's very simple. It's very simple to follow. Like, it's not like freaking Marvel or DC where it's like 1,000 different timelines and universes. No, or like Halloween. You know, like it's one set universe. It's one set timeline. It's one canon, and it's so easy to follow. It's so easy. But with that being said, that's this video, man. It's very short, I know, but I have to like rant about this for a little bit because this is ridiculous, man. This is what we deal with now. This is what Disney and Marvel have in Star Wars. These are the writers they hire, man. Writers who have no idea what they're writing, who cry about canon when the canon is not even an issue. Okay, this is what happens. This is what happens. So with that being said, hopefully we can get better writers in the future and better stories being told, because let's be honest here, Kenobi should have been the best Star Wars show ever. This should have been the best Star Wars thing to ever come out since Clone Wars or since Revenge of the Sith, but it wasn't. So it's sad. I'm still hurt about that, but it is what it is. But with that being said, I'm done with this video. So yeah, like, comment down below, subscribe if you are new. We are over halfway to 200 subs. Help me out, please. And yeah, I am out. Peace.
It seems I have underestimated you.